But they didn't speak in tongues.
Well, they just wouldn't, they didn't move into it.
Okay.
You have
Okay,
to
let me ask you this. Okay. How were you able to balance your Mennonite Sunday and your Wednesday Miracle Temple? Was that easy to balance, or did that pull at you? Or how did
Well,
that?
they were just separate. This is our Mennonite church. This is what we do here. We come here, sing and pray and preach, and we get blessed. And then for us to go on, to continue on during the week, we go toward.
And it was okay.
And right. And then when the church moved from Savior Street, the little church was still going. No, that was already come up. We would go to, because we had the early morning service. So we would go to early morning service in our church and go to the other one, the other.
So which one first? The Mennonite church?
I think we had our church first, and then the friends said, see, the Mennonite church had their service, so the friends had the Sunday school. See, we had for a year, the Mennonites and the friends had the church together. So
Yeah, when was I didn't know that.
yeah, here on Sabre.
Oh, where they took turns. Oh, well, we moved over and they hadn't had their news
No, they didn't have it yet.
for a whole year that we were doing
for a year we had the Mennonites and the Quakers or the Friends had the church together. When we had the morning service, I think they had their morning service when we had our Sunday school, and then we would turn around and then we would have so it was,
Okay.
we had the church together. But we would go to sometimes, but otherwise we had Wednesdays, prayer meeting,
At Miracle Temple.
yeah, Miracle Temple.
Did you go Wednesdays and Fridays or just Wednesdays? At Miracle.
Whenever there was church, Dan was there. Remember this, Dan got to be what you call an Apostle Paul, because he was able to set you free from, if you were blind, I think he could, but he could, like, put your hands on your stomach and feel what was, because they're doing that now. They are finding out that your heart has a mind of its own. Your brain does. But it says, they're doing that on not on Christian things. They're doing that the Christians are doing that from those that are into science. But it says there are definitely, but he was able to do that. They were even calling him to Hood River to pray, and all because he was getting into where so that's why there's enemies.
But he never ever felt free to speak in tongues in the Mennonite church. You haven't, Father. He never stood up. You never.
Well, that's because you had to only do it because the Spirit we wouldn't do that because the Spirit would have been grieved.
I thought that one time Krupp came to him. Didn't he do it once? And Krupp came up to him and told him that probably wasn't appropriate. Do you remember that story? Marlene and Stan Krupp. That I was thinking there was one time he actually spoke in tongues in church, and Stan came to him afterwards and kind of counseled him that wasn't quite. You don't remember that story?
No.
So maybe it didn't happen then. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's